Well, a new era began this year at the Valley. Fans, players, and coaches all rallied into Kern's corner. That's Coach Jessica Kern, who wrapped up her first season as the women's basketball coach this year after serving as an assistant coach at Furman University. And after her first season courtside for the Devilettes in a 10-20 season, I got to catch up with Coach Kern for this week's installment of Beyond the Hardwood. We are here for another edition of Beyond the Hardwood, finally.
Yes.
With Coach Kern finishing up her first season, finished first season at Valley. And we're just so excited to finally have you. Tell me just in a few sentences what your brand is, your philosophy in coaching.
Overall, I think I say this in any interview I ever do. I walk by faith and not by sight. I'm completely transparent and I support the communities that support me. I'm a small college girl. You know, I'm a Penn State graduate, came from a very large institution, but my bread and butter has been going to programs and taking them from not so stellar seasons to championship mentalities and making postseason play. But smaller communities is what I do. I like seeing people's faces. I like knowing people at the grocery store, and that's not for everybody, but that's for me. And I think that's what brought me here to Valley. You get the stories that need to be told. And so I got into this business, and it's crazy because people ask me how long will I do it. I'm not a lifer, and I know I'm not a lifer because I give anything and everything in my spirit to this thing. But women helping women. I want young women to experience what I have, and I have been blessed beyond measure with this thing. And that's really the only reason I do it. I love to do it. It's not rocket science. We're not reinventing the wheel. It's learning how to get the most out of young ladies. And I think the older I get, the more important I see how prevalent a strong woman needs to be in young women's lives.
Talk a little bit about your family. I had the pleasure of meeting your dad, who was in coaching as well. Yeah. And then, talk a little bit about your little guy always being courtside with you.
I know, it's crazy. You know what, the reality of the situation in this business is there's a lot of walking contradictions in our business, and I think I had a fantastic foundation that allowed me to stand on something. And I always say steel sharpens steel. People say, why Valley, why not? And I think honestly, despite the interviewing and hiring process, I think I'm the right person for this situation because you gotta have a tough back. You gotta be able to take stuff on the back and take it on the chin and keep going. My father, Jesus, and I always say this and I get emotional, he was the best dad that a girl can have, and it's not just because I'm on TV saying this. I look back and I say, whoa, the sacrifice was real. He's at everything I do, and I don't take that for granted. He's a fantastic coach. I tell him all the time, I have a spot for you if you want to come on my staff. But he allowed me to understand that being a single parent is not necessarily a bad thing. I have a phenomenal family and village that supports me greatly. BJ has fantastic role models around him. But the great thing about Valley is this is a family atmosphere, and he's able to be a part of all I do. And I don't take that lightly because at a lot of schools that's not welcome. I want him to be great at whatever he's doing, but obviously now he's saying, Mommy, I want to be a college basketball player. And you start to think this thing through, and it's like osmosis. We're watching game film, and he says, you need to push her into the ball screen. What?
At 4.
I don't think you're hearing me. And then I think about, oh wait, what am I saying on the sideline? So you need to sit across from me and not behind me. But I think having great role models around you, period, if athletics is not what he wants to do, knowing that failure is not an option and we fall and we get back up, I think if he just sees that on a consistent basis, he'll be great at whatever he does.
What are your other hobbies, and what should people know about you that they already know?
I am a shoe fanatic.
We can see that sometimes.
It's so bad.
See the good outfit. She always has the good outfits, always looking good.
Thank you. You know what? That is one thing. You got to take pride in your appearance. And I take pride in that as well on the sideline. I'm a movie buff. Love watching movies. I am a crier. I can't get through a romantic movie. I just can't. Love comedy and then love anything outside.
So are you ready for next season?
I am. We have 5 commits, and let's just say they're kids that people didn't think would come to Valley. But I am excited about what next season brings.